All right, testing, testing, testing. Shalom, shalom. Let's see. Let's see. Yep, we're good. All right, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and others, a great millstone who root and teach well. Wabarakathum unto the hopeful elect. All right, I'm the brother your side, and I'm here with the brother of Warga. You can shout out your page.
Shalom, Shalom, Akim Yahweh, Yeah, my page is GMS Rehearsal of Righteousness in caps. GMS Rehearsal of Righteousness.
Kind, yo, and Lord will through the Spirit. We want to dive into some of the news, man. A couple of articles and go into a couple of things going on because the scriptures speak about us blowing the trumpet. So we see a lot of evils that are happening. We're supposed to like warn everybody, and we understand that this war isn't fully going to kick off until the MOTB is mandated. Once that's mandated, that's when it's fully going to kick off. But we're still in these root stages of stuff getting real bad because this war and the stuff that we're seeing happen could lead into like these different ways the Lord has had most sides having stuff set up. This could lead to them mandating the MOTB, and that's why we're so fervent of going into them. Because, like for example, we have a lot of sleeper cells over here. When they were doing that, when they were getting all those Northern Kingdom, a lot of these different Middle Easterns and different people from other countries that was military, they was over here. They were getting sent over here right with those migrants. So guess what happened? They were coming over here illegally, and they're still here. So if there was a terrorist attack, if because Iran is known for having a lot of those Islamic and all those crazy militia groups over there. So if they wanted to spark some off here to get at some Americans, oh that would be right now would be the perfect time for that, considering what America just did over there, bombing their nuclear facilities. Right. So within that happening, then them messing up the supply chain, these various things could lead to them. It's gonna help crash the economy, and it can lead to them bringing out that M to the MOTB. We be having to speak in code because they'll flag the video. But it's so many scenarios that can happen. We're just keep watching. Yeah, any thing before you get to these videos and articles?
Actually, I got a precept real
God, I
quick.
can pull it up for you. What we got?
Second Ezra 15 and verse 1 and
Oh
2.
God,
I
yeah,
think it's
I
one and
was right up in there. You want a King James?
2. What is saying in GNT?
Well, I was already in GNT.
Yeah, I want to see what it's saying in GNT.
I
Let
can
me
read it for you.
see.
I'll just read it for you. All right, let me see.
Kind
Let
of
me let
water.
me zoom it in a little bit. All right, here we go. It says additional prophecies. It says the coming disasters, and this is Second Ezra 15 and verse 1 GNT, and it reads, "The Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah says, proclaim to my people the prophetic message that I will give you."
Exactly. Proclaim to my people the prophetic messages that I will give my people. You see, and that's what we're doing. We're proclaiming that message from Yahweh Shai. You see, as the priest mentioning, you read about that in Revelation 19, and I think it's verse 10 or verse 11, but it speaks about the testimony. It says the angel told John that he has the same testimony of him, which is the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is what's the testimony of Yahweh Shai says the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. You see, so like the priest mentioned, man, we're adamant about going into prophecy because that's the Lord. That's what He set us up to do. To the power and spirit of Yahweh, He set us up to be watchmen unto the house of Israel, and we telling you, we go as me and Akron are going to right now, man. You see what's happening on earth, man. It's prophecy going on, and we gonna jump down to that chapter, but not yet. But now you don't got to get in the KJV unless you just get another chapter.
Now I don't know why it's not, but I was just seeing how to pull it up. They tripping, but all right, kind. Yep. And without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and go into these some of these news articles and things that's just basically showing what's going on. So just to give a land back and land drop, America just bombed some of Iran's nuclear facilities, and they're basically, we already know what the propaganda is saying. Okay, we got to stop Iran from developing all these weapons and doing this and this and that. Boom, boom, boom. We know it's way bigger than that. It's way deeper than that. They want control over that region. You see, so they're gonna use this to as an excuse to be doing stuff like that. So that's ultimately what we're seeing happening right now. Without further ado, I'm gonna get into the video.
You still there?
You see what happened?
I see you still there.
Oh yeah, kind. Yep, yep.
Okay. Are you pulling up the video right now?
Oh, I'm tripping, Salakia. I thought I was looking at it. I didn't have it shared, the screen shared. That's on me.
Oh,
Ah,
I was
I'm
like,
happy you said something, brother. Hey, the water, bro. I thought I had
I
it
was
pulled up.
like,
I was looking at I'm looking at it myself, man. It's Salakia. Here we go. Now we got it.
yeah. See if you can turn the sound on it or something. For some reason, we can't hear it.
So it's not showing. Let me see. Let me put this right here. All right, let me go
If
right
it's
here.
up there, it just has no sound on it.
Let me see. All right. I think I might have to. Let me see if I can do this.
Are you on a computer? You want me to try to pull it up?
I'm gonna see if I can make it to where I can make that tab share its audio. Let me see here.
Usually when you pull up a video, it's supposed to already have a sound on there. Let me see if I could share the video and see what happens.
Okay.
Well, let me go to my screen right quick. Is
Might
it
be able
showing
to.
me sharing it?
Let me see. I might be able to go on YouTube and it might. Are you able to hear it now?
Play it. Could we, you ain't played none yet. Oh no, I don't. No, we don't hear it.
Yeah, that's Satan. All right,
Hey,
Con.
see if you can share
Yeah.
my screen
I'm
and
gonna let
see
me see,
and
see
see
if
what
yours will
happened.
play it. Let's see if yours will play it.
Yeah, share my screen. I just put it up there.
Let me stop mine and then share yours.
Let me play some. See if it play anything. I'm just gonna play a random video.
You were gonna say something, bro?
Yeah, I can hear yours.
Yeah, you gotta do
Okay,
stuff that's deplorable.
we'll just play it off of mine. What it's called? What's the? You could probably send the videos to me, and I'm gonna save them
You
on
can-
my
you just you
phone, and
just
I'm
put
gonna go.
you just put U.S. bomb Iran. President Trump says U.S. bomb Iran.
Let's see if this pops up with this. Is it this one?
That one's a little longer, but it's saying the same thing. You can just probably skip through where he starts talking. Mine was on BBC News.
BBC News. Let me just bring that up. We might get lucky. I'm tripping.
Let's see.
Is it this one?
The
No,
3 minute
it's
one.
this one
You
right
can
here,
go
right?
3 minute one. Yeah.
A short time ago, the U.S. military carried out massive precision strikes on the three key nuclear facilities in the Iranian regime: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. Everybody heard those names for years as they built this horribly destructive enterprise. Our objective was the destruction of Iran's nuclear enrichment capacity and a stop to the nuclear threat posed by the world's #1 state sponsor of terror. Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier. For 40 years, Iran has been saying death to America, death to Israel. They have been killing our people, blowing off their arms, blowing off their legs with roadside bombs. That was their specialty. We lost over 1,000 people, and hundreds of thousands throughout the Middle East and around the world have died as a direct result of their hate, in particular.
You might have had a point out.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was gonna say, when you see, as we watching this clip, you can see the when you read about it in Genesis, it speaks about how the beast, it speaks about the how the serpent was more subtle than all the beasts of the field, and you just see it, man, because as Trump is speaking about Iran, particular things, why they bombed them, why they did it, and he's like, see, they're saying deep, death to what, and they were saying pretty much how blowing off our baby legs, arms, and like Iran ain't even doing all that crazy stuff, man. It's just like Lamech, you know, when Lamech when he justified him doing his act by what pretty much being making himself look as if he was the victim, which that what Esau likes to do. He likes to make himself look as the victim, so he can be justified in doing what he's doing. As we see right here.
Yeah, the false I may
So
add, it
many were
also
killed.
shows the pride of Esau. You see
Hmm.
how he's talking like crazy, knowing that Iran is backed by Russia and these other nations. He's talking crazy. Like yeah, you can expect more attacks to come and all this because you see Esau has that mindset of he's never gonna go down, and that's why you have our elders. They we believe through the spirit. That Trump is narrow because he's coming in that proud, high level ranking Edomite spirit. Like he's on some he's ready he's got getting a lot of these Latin tribes out of here, deporting them out of here, sending them to really a EMA camp. He's coming down on Jake. You see, and it's only gonna get worse. And that's what we're going to in this quick lesson is what war and tribulation is on the rise. It's gonna be woe and destruction. It's not gonna get better for you people in America. And we're also gonna go into Iran's what they're stating that they want to do as of basically and like basically what they're doing to combat what America just did. America just bombed their nuclear sites. Now they're saying they want to shut down some straits, and basically make it to where people ain't getting access to that oil that they get from Iran, that area, man.
I got a precept, if you don't mind.
Kind of what you got?
It's
I'll pull
kind
it.
of this. Well, I was on this. I'm just gonna share it on here. It's Proverbs 16 and verse 18. It says the pride, right? It said the pride go before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. And that what we see happening. You know what I'm saying? We see the pride of this devil just mustering up. That's all we see, just the pride of this devil, man, mustering up. As Trump said, it's more to come, and it will be easy. You know, it's just the pride of this devil, and that's just foreshadowing, letting us know what that it's the end of this system. You see, whether I mean, cause we know Trump, we know he's a puppet or whatnot. We know he's a puppet. We know that the elites, bankers, they're the ones behind it, DuPont, the Rothschild, Rockefeller. We understand that, but they always come in the spirit of prideful, being arrogant. You see, as the scriptures say, the kingdom, it was more snout than his fellows. You see, so that's the spirit that is in them. That spirit is going to lead to the downfall of Babylon the Great. America, this whole system, this whole beast system, that's going to lead to the downfall. Because we know the Lord, the Lord resisted the proud. You see, so that's what's next for America. It ain't no peace coming. Jeremiah 51, and I think it's 8 or 7, speaks about we that heal Babylon, which can't be healed. You see, so there's no peace coming here. There's nothing but destruction and wrath the Lord gonna bring upon this place. But you want to get back in that video, or you had a precept on?
I'm finna grab something real quick.
I'll pull it for you on here.
I already to share mine. Let me see
Just
here.
like that out. You just booted me off. Not just like
Let me see if I've already shared it. There we go. Put that thing on there. All right, here we go. Finna get this in the NLT real quick. All right, this is Jeremiah 49, and I'm getting it in NLT. I want to jump to about verse 15, and it reads, Yahweh Shai says to Edom, I will cut you down to size among the nations. You will be despised by all, because Esau's going to get to a lower state. Right now, it's in an exalted position, which really is the top elite that's exalted. But they set up people like they set up the America, the President Trump, and all this they're the puppets. But really, the world war is against Yahweh Bashim Shai and what he's setting up.
Yeah.
Because all these nations are leading towards that digital society. They're all gonna do the same thing. You see? But then that's why they're all gonna try and fight against the Lord when he returns back, alluding to Second Ezra 13. That they all are gonna come against America, but then you already know about Yahweh Shaphat. When you go over there to the near the Fertile Crescent over there by in the Middle East, that Persian Gulf area, that's where Valley Yahweh Shaphat's gonna be at. Iraq, Iran, all that whole Middle East area. Now that's when they all go try and fight against the Lord, and then they're gonna lose badly. I want to continue on. This is verse 16. It says, You have been deceived by the fear you inspire in others and by your own pride. You live in a rock fortress and control the mountain heights. But even if you make your nest among the peaks with the eagles, I will bring you crashing down, says Yahweh Bashiam Rashad. They got satellites, they got all these this AI, this technology. They're in a very exalted position. They're in their heaven right now. But that's why you read scriptures like Isaiah 14, they're gonna come falling down. You're gonna be falling from that exalted estate, that high position. They got the Palantir technology where it can track people and see exactly where you at, have all your information. You see, they got all these nuclear capabilities. They got weapons where they can shoot the shit from fucking space. They got a space force. So they're in a really, really exalted position. And they even have stuff that's in the air, as if it's like in the sky. That's in a big giant like height. You see? So they're looked at as they can't go down, but they are. It's a little bit more. This is verse 17. Edom will be an object of horror. All who pass by will be appalled and will gasp at the destruction they see there. It will be like the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring towns, saying Yahweh Bashiam Shai, no one will live there, no one will inhabit it. So the Lord's going to completely, utterly destroy Babylon the Great being America. You see, regardless of how great their military is and how much fear they've inspired on these nations, they're still going to go down because it's prophecy, man. You see, and according to prophecy, Esau is going to get his infrastructure that he's built up is going to go down because like NATO and the EU is being led by America, Babylon the Great, and that this beast is going to go down. And the rest of these nations, they really are in league. They're ultimately really in league because they're all really. The whole point is everybody's trying to see who gets to that MLTB first, who can kick that off first, because they know that that's the way it's going. Everybody's going that direction, but it's a matter of who's going to lead it, who's going to have that control over it when it gets mandated. That's what the fuss is over. But you had some like if not, we can get a little more on that video and we can get these articles.
Nah, I ain't have no. We could you can share share the video. I got it up
All right,
still.
let me share it back. Here we go. Let me take mine off first. Remove and add yours. Add yours. There we go. Okay. All right.
Killed by their general, Qasem Soleimani. I decided a long time ago that I would not let this happen. It will not continue. I want to thank and congratulate Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu. We worked as a team like perhaps no team has ever worked before. And we've gone a long way to erasing this horrible threat to Israel. I want to thank the Israeli military for the wonderful job they've done. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the great American patriots who flew those magnificent machines tonight.
Hey, we gotta
And
pause that
all
right
of
there
the
real quick,
United
Bible
States.
Sky. Hey, it's just showing you the least of the flock shall draw them out, man. Because that America's making a clear stance that we're siding with Israel, which has been like that. But you can see now that it's like America's being bold with it. Like, yeah, they with us. We send them billions of dollars every year, and they're basically like in direct allegiance with us, man. They're really like a mini us. That's what Israel is, like a mini America. You see, so America's clearly ready. They like basically Israel's war is America's war. They can say all that BS all day, but we know what Yahweh Bashim Shah wants, and we know what the top elite are trying to do. so they can have a reason to bring out that MOTB. But that's basically all I had it from that video. Unless you want to let some more ride out.
Nah, that's it. I mean, all he probably gonna do is keep talking. All
Yeah,
he's gonna
keep
do is keep
talking, keep
talking about.
bigging up those Israelis and stuff. I don't hear that shit.
Yeah, that's all he's gonna talk about.
Yeah, I got these
Listen,
other two articles though.
God, let me stop this.
Let me do this right here. Okay, now let me reshare my screen because I got these
Yeah,
two articles right
right.
here. All right, here we go. Now let me zoom this in a little bit.
The least will draw him out, man.
All right, so I checked this out now. Iran's I can't think of the guy's doggone word right now.
You talking about the
Basically, what
Strait of Hormuz
now I'm talking about, like, how somebody like does something, so that's how you getting them back. Like I guess you could say
or
responding.
retaliation?
Retaliation. There we go. That's a better word. Iran's retaliation is is speculation that they want to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. You see, and when you look at it right here, we can get a picture of it. Let me see. Let's get a picture of it so we can get a visual of it. Let's see the Strait of Hormuz. We're
The
gonna get it.
Strait or Hormuz.
Yeah, let me see. Let's get
And
it
the
right.
thing is too, like you saying that, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, I think the leader of Iran, he mentioned how if the US did join, if they end up joining, I think he really if I'm not mistaken, I think he said like if Israel continues to do what they're gonna do, they're gonna shut down the Strait of Hormuz. But I think he also said if US joins Israel, he's going to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. And right now, it's being in talks with the national security of Iran, whether or not that's not national security. What the fuck they call? But I think it's like, damn, what's they called, man? Bottom line is being in talks right now for Iran to shut that down. It hasn't been official yet, so we still waiting.
Yep, we
Hopefully it
gonna
does
see.
get shut down, Lord's will. Or, but it hasn't been official, but that's hey, that's something that's gonna make some cause some uh so a big problem if they shut this down right here. But you go ahead,
Yep, and it's basically, you show a picture of it. It's basically like it's where people get a lot of oil. They like you when you look at a lot of stuff, it gets shipped via through different different routes. When they ride those boats and stuff. So this area is all throughout here, and there's this is a key point where a lot of oil gets shipped out. So if they shut this shit down, it's gonna be a big move, and we got the results right here. And I just wanted to get the reason why I pulled a picture up so you can kind of get a visual on how it looks right here. You can see the Persian Gulf, and you can see the routes, everything right here. Now, when you go into, I put it in a chat GPT, what would happen if they did do this? And I'm gonna just get the summary, so we don't got to get all that. The summary basically summarizes, brings it all together. It says in summary, am I sharing the thing? Yep, I got it. It says in summary, a closure of the Strait of Hormuz by Iran will have severe consequences, including skyrocketing oil prices. You see, because they won't be able to get like a lot of that oil over here. It says skyrocketing oil prices, major global economic disruption, and a high risk of military escalation. You see, because a lot of these nations they they trade they money comes from Iran, this oil. So that's gonna fuck with their money too. It's not just gonna just affect America; it's gonna affect other nations too. So this move could draw other people into this conflict as well, which really is already conflict with everybody. But we understand that these nations they're not going to attack America because they're bound to America right now by these various pacts, and they know that that's where their money's coming from. Like China makes hella money off of America. That's why Trump put those tariffs on them. You know what I'm saying? Because they making hella money out. They was making hella money off America. So really, a lot of these nations they know if America falls, they fall. However, it's a race on who's going to get that. Like we're going into to the N-W-O, who's gonna be the leader of this AI and then the MOTB.
I got a precept for you real quick.
Oh yeah, let's get it. I can pull it up. What is it?
Um, get Revelation 18 and verse. Yeah, Revelation 18. Just to back up your point, because the priest mentioned how these nations know that you know America, they kind of America is their I guess you could say their damn what's the word, their client in a sense. When you think about people selling a particular thing, a business, they have like certain clients, like when you investors and stuff. That's how America is to like these other nations because it's a consumer, what I'm saying? It's a consumer country, pretty much the United States. It's a consumer country. That's all people know how to do over here is consume, consume, consume. Ain't nothing really made in America. So you could get Revelation 18 and the point is you could read 7, but the point is in verse 9. Well, we could just get to the point. You could get verse 9, Baba Kasha.
Yeah, this Revelation 18 and verse 9. And it
God.
reads, matter of fact, I'm gonna give her 7. The reason why is because basically when we see how America's speaking, how this great whore is talking. So we'll get that too, just for
Yeah.
that point.
God.
This Revelation 18 and 7, it says, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously,
And
so
this
much.
this
Oh
is
yeah.
going to America. You know what I'm saying? Her glorifying herself, Babylon the Great America, the one that rideth upon the beast, and is also a part of the beast. The NATO and the EU. You see, so glorifying ourselves is a representation of the pride. We just mentioned it earlier, and we just seen a video of it. You see, we just seen a video of the pride of America. You see, Trump speaking, it'll be easy to do it. Like they're backed by Russia, but even with that, and then the United States, Trump, which he's not wrong, but what does he say when he mentions, the sword of America? We got in a nutshell, he pretty much says we got the best sword in the earth. We got the best military. We got the best that. On paper, yeah, you're right. As far as offensively, America, them guys. We know defensively they don't have the best defensive system, but as far as offensively, using that sword to bring to bring down hell upon people, they're blessed with that. You read about that in Genesis 25. You know, is it 25 or is it
You talking about 27 where Isaac blesses?
27, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 27. This is 27. You read about that, the blessing of Esau, the fatness of earth and the dew of heaven, and his brother should serve him by a sword. So you read about that, you right? You see? You go ahead, Al.
Yep, it says, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow.
Exactly. So that's the mindset of Esau. Obadiah 1 goes into that mindset. You even read about that in Second Thessalonians. 2 speaks about that. This is the mindset of this devil.
We
I'm
just
not
read
gonna see
Jeremiah
no
49.
sorrow. Yeah, yeah.
And
And
then
my
that's why they
49.
missile defense system so bad because why? They don't think nobody can fuck with them.
Exactly.
They
Exactly.
missile defense system. When you go into it, they missile defense system has like a damn near 50% failure rate. Like it says it has a 50 to 60%. Like basically its rate of working is 50 to 60%. That means there's a damn near 50% chance that they defense system could not work. So that shows you the pride of Esau Edom. And then you can just
Yeah.
enter into America. That's how all these fucking migrants is coming here. These people, that's how they got these sleeper cells here. Cause why? The pride.
Yep. And like
Niggas just
scriptures
come in
say,
here.
the village, and like scriptures say, the village with unwalled, they don't have walls. You see, the unwalled village. There we go. That show, like the priest mentioned, that shows the pride of Babylon the Great. Why should we work on our defense? Why should we? Can't nobody fuck with us. You go ahead, up.
Yep, this verse 8. Revelation 18 and 8. It says, therefore shall our plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord Yahweh Bashem Shah who judges her.
Exactly. So the Lord's going to bring that judgment upon Esau, Edom. You read about that all throughout the scriptures about the judgment of the Lord destroying this nigga system. You see, destroying what he set up, which really the Lord set up on the left hand side. Romans 9 is the same reason he raised up Pharaoh, the same reason he raised up thee to show his power. So he's gonna cut the hammer, man. He's gonna destroy the hammer. You see, all this pride this devil got, the Lord he gonna put a stop to that. You go ahead out.
Yep, and then it said all those various things because that's what's coming to America. Babylon the Great, a lot of great death, mourning,
Yep.
famine. You see, because like this war is gonna lead to a big. It's gonna be a big tribulation because once this thing kicks off more, depending on how stuff play out, they even have a lot of sleeper cells over here. What if they have what if those a lot of those what's the word called terrorist groups have some shit pop off like 9/11 out here because of what happened over there. They shut this motherfucker down and they start then let's say they shut down that Gulf too. I mean, they shut down that Strait too. Now we're not getting shipments as we used to. Now the containers are empty with the like the trucking industry and everything, how they have all those containers, different stuff. Let's say they're not getting a lot of that stuff no more because of the war. That's gonna lead to a famine. You see, and these are
Man.
things that's gonna be a build up before the ICBM nuclear warheads hit. Because we know once that MOTB is mandated, guess what? The Lord is gonna have all them nations shoot missiles at this place. That's how it's gonna be early burn with fire. Before that, it's gonna be a build up. You see, it's gonna be all that. It's a build up. The ultimate plague is the missiles, but it's gonna be a build up. It's gonna be other stuff that happened too here. You
Yep.
see,
You read
I got.
about that.
Oh yeah,
Now I was gonna make a point real quick. You read about the Saint Exodus 15. He said he should smite Egypt with plagues again. Just like during the time of Egypt, it was a series of plagues that led to the fall of Egypt. He didn't just, oh, Lord, took it out overnight, which he could have, but he wanted to have a little fun. He wanted to aggravate this devil. He wanted to, you know what I'm saying? He wanted to nag this devil. You see, he's having fun with it, because it's the Lord's creation. It's a movie, he's having fun. So he had a series of what? Series of plays that came upon Egypt, which eventually led to the fall of Egypt. And now what we see happen in Babylon, Great America, there's a series of plays the Lord's going to bring upon this place. And it mentioned the main ones. There's going to be what? That plague of famine. You see, and that why it's plural. It said there shall her plagues. So it's more than just one plague. Because we know the ultimate plague is going to be the second death, 200 million thermonuclear missiles. But you got it out.
if I may add as well too, before we do get that last verse, the Lord showed that those their gods wasn't shit because a lot of those things the Lord played, they had a god to worship that. Like, yeah, we worship this
Yep,
god for this. A water god. They had different various idols, and the Lord fucked up the water. He fucked up a lot of the stuff to show them that yeah, your gods ain't shit. I'm the true power.
yep.
You know what I'm saying? Lord, that's what the Lord's gonna get ready to do to America. Oh, y'all got this great military, but the military is gonna fail you. You know what I'm saying? They AI is gonna fail them. All these various things you
Exactly.
saw set up is gonna fail you when it's time for the Lord to come back.
That's right. Then what's going to happen? Just make one more point that because that Palantir, it ain't going to tell. Even when you go into it, just real quick, that makes point real quick. Um, the Palantir, like I don't even know how they named it, but that's an omen. The Lord had him do it. But when you go into the aspect of the Palantir, which is based upon the Palantirs from Lord of the Rings, it literally says that it does give you the ability to see different scenarios into the future. But initially it'll end up it could deceive the user. And that's what's gonna happen to Esau. Palantir gonna deceive his ass. He gonna be the outcome gonna say you're gonna be utterly victory. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be victorious, but the scriptures say otherwise. This devil's not gonna be victorious in establishing the system. He's gonna get close, but he's not gonna fully establish it and enjoy it. You know, you gotta do it.
Yep, this last verse we're gonna read is Revelation 18 and verse 9. It says, "And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning."
Exactly. So like the priest mentioned, these other nations, man, they know, like, they know that they rely off America. They know that. That's why when this place do get destroyed, their reaction is going to be lamenting. They're going to be like, damn. Even when you read down, I think it says it in verse 11. Which Bible shot? Could you keep reading to verse 11? And I'll be
Yeah,
it.
I can get verse 11. This is Revelation 18 and verse 10 and 11. It says, "Standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, at last, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come." And it reads verse 11, "And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more."
Exactly. You see, no one buys their merchandise anymore. In other words, they don't have They don't have their what is it called? Damn, I just said the word earlier. What is the person called that gets the stuff from the supplier? A customer initially, but
consumer,
it was another word. You said what?
not consumer. I forget you did just say it,
I just said it.
but you did make the point about them being a consumer based economy.
Yeah, yeah, but that's pretty much what it is, though. You know, consumer-based economy. They ain't gonna be nobody to consume the particular stuff. Like, cause like the priest mentioned, like I mean, over here, even recently, you know, we had found out about them tariffs, and come to find out that China, when it be saying like made in, it'll probably say made in DR, but really is made in China. They just like put that on there, but initially all that stuff be made in China. Who the hell gonna buy stuff from China once America's destroyed? Nobody's China does have other customers, but its top customer is China. That's why China is a society. That's why it gained. That's why China has accumulated so much wealth and money through the years due to the fact of America mainly. You know, and the particular other, you know, because we're consumer going to the oil. Who gonna buy your oil? Iran gonna buy it if America not here. So initially, like the priest mentioned, these nations are in bed with Babylon. They need Babylon to still be up and running. They just racing to see who's gonna be the spearhead for the establishment of a MOTB system. But initially, they want Babylon to still up and going because they need somebody to buy their stuff. But you got it out. That was
Yep,
it.
and that basically the land back on what brother was saying. We were right here on this them shutting down the strait. So a lot of outcomes come out of this. We're not saying this is what exactly what's going to happen, but it very could possibly happen. And if it does, it's going to move a lot of things around. We just went into it, man. Like major economic disruption, skyrocketing oil prices, and use high risk of military escalation. Because it's like that's a like that area when I go into the military one. Let's read right here. Number three, military conflicts. It says closing the strait is considered an act of war and is likely to provoke a strong response from the U.S. and other nations committed to maintaining freedom of navigation. If they shut this down, they can't go over there and trade no more. They can't move around through there. It says the U.S. fleet based in the Gulf is tasked with keeping the strait open and will likely be involved in military response. So that could lead to more fighting over there. You see? So these things is all just steps moving towards what Yahweh Shai's return and them mandating that micro C hip. And then you even have here, we know about Russia. You know, Russia is gonna be the main person that brings that destruction. And now he's trying to meet Iran's foreign minister. You read all these articles. Iran's foreign minister heading towards Russia to meet with Putin after US strikes. They're all saying the same thing. You see, Russia's clearly backing them. So these are just steps moving, pressing towards the destruction. You see, and that's what somebody that a true man of the Lord, somebody that truly believes in these scriptures, you'll want the destruction of this place because you know what comes after Jacob's kingdom, according to Second Ezra 6 chapter. But yeah, I'm about to dive into this. I got Second Ezra 15 and 9, and then we got Second Ezra 15, Second Ezra 9, and Matthew 24, and then whatever else you got, yeah, that'll be the lesson.
We as a matter of fact, well, I'll just quote it, you know what I'm saying, while you pulling that. But you know, like the priest was mentioning, you go ahead and put your priest, but I'm gonna just quote it. But like the priest was mentioning, you know, Joel 3, when you read Joel 3, 3, it speaks about how pretty much how let the weak say I'm strong, you see? And that's what we see happening. Cause it like let's like if you really think about it, Iran really wouldn't be talking, you know, they really wouldn't be saying these particular things if they didn't understand that Russia had them backed up. You see? Same reason with Israel. Israel is the same way. Israel, the only reason Israel's talking the way they talk because they know that they have the US to back them up. And that's how Iran is. Iran knows that China and Russia is backing them up. They got it. That's why, because they just got hit by fucking the US, right? They got hit by the US. You think, and they like, well, time to go talk to Big Bro. Hey man, we gonna go meet up with Russia, and no telling what that talk gonna be, but we know it's gonna be surrounding the aspect of the we need y'all help, and that's fulfillment of prophecy. You see, getting the right now what we see right now, we see the Lord moving the pieces, moving the chess pieces. He's setting the ground. You know, linking up, getting the U.S. and then getting the U.S. And Israel, Iran, which it's just called them the Carmanians. You know what I'm saying? Iran, getting China, Russia, all these particular nations gathered together so the pieces could go ready. So the war could get going, World War III, you know. And that's just setting the I guess you could say the categories of them. Because we know the MOTB system gonna be initiated before these dudes even begin to start shooting missiles. But you got it out.
Yeah, there's many ways they can have the MOTB get mandated. It
Exactly.
could be via through the end destruction that we have here. Like we have these you basically have Esau. Really, a lot of it's fake. Esau is like setting up this thing to make it seem like, oh yeah, we got to get all these Northern Kingdom out of here. And like basically a lot of them, the illegal people that's over here, they're trying to get all them out. But amongst them, we seen when they were migrating over here, it was a lot of those were sleeper cells. A lot of people that's ex-military from different places, Iran, other places. Some of them was maybe from like African nations, one of those like different parts of Africa, and they was all ex-military, and they were saying that something big is gonna get ready to happen, so they're waiting to be activated. And this and
Man,
this cause that just happened right now could very well easily be a catalyst to that. But we know that it's not gonna get better here, and that's basically the point we're going into in this quick sit down. Is hey, what war and tribulation is on the rise.
hmm
This second Ezra 15, and I'm in a GNT by the way, verse 14. It says the world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations, which we see happening right now. Israel and Iran were just fighting, which really America was aiding them the whole time. Then you have the Ukraine and Russia going to war. Then you have China speculating on going to war with Taiwan. It's so much stuff happening, man. But why is this happening? Because this is all prophecy. It's stuff the Lord put published to proclaim. So the Lord is making His words come to pass. This is verse what is it 15? It says let me read 15 again. It says that the war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil with one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government, which you see happening all throughout America. You see, it's all types of people that's trying to do their own thing. But we see that's going to lead to what? That police state. Because that's why we're reading verse 17. It says, there will no longer be free access to the city. And what we just saw happen right now could very easily lead to that. Because, like, let's say with that straight getting shut down, stuff start getting more expensive. We're not getting as much shipments of different things. And when like this war, once it kicks off a little more, it'll make it to where we're not getting, like, a lot of stuff is going to get at a shortage. These nations, they're going to be shipping shit. It's going to be war. So what does that mean when it's like that? That's gonna lead to people doing stuff like looting and doing things to where they have to shut this place down,
man, it's gonna straight up anarchy. It's gonna be happening at that point
like the
because it's
purge.
gonna be yeah, like purge. It's gonna be yeah, exactly. Like it's gonna be like the purge. Like it's gonna be no reason to hold up these small morals these people proclaim. They don't have no morals, but it's gonna be no reason to. Why? It's the end of the world. Like you gotta think about it. Like you gotta think about the mindset of these niggas. It's gonna be like Esau and these niggas. The end of the world. Dog eat dog. If I don't kill this nigga, he gonna kill me. I need to feed my family. Like you gotta think about that. Feeding family. They're gonna need to feed their family. And Second and 16 speaks about the same thing, man. They go into how they gonna spoil each other for the lack of bread. Well, my bad. I think it speaks about that in Second and 15.
Yeah, it's
But
right
it
in this
said they're
chapter.
gonna spoil a neighbor for the lack of bread. Bread is going to obviously is going to food, but that could tie into a lot of aspects. Lack of resources, lack of particular things, not just bread. You don't got no clothes. What you think dude's gonna do? Just walk around and oh shit, we ain't got no clothes, man. I need some more clothes, I need some more shoes. No, they gonna loot. They gonna loot. And once the fucking store's empty, now it's time to take the shit from everybody else. Because that's how it's gonna initially start out. Initially, ain't nobody gonna come for nobody yet, because you could go to your store and get it from the store. But once the store's empty, the next target is the people. You see?
Yeah, and this war can a lot of this stuff that's happening. This war stuff could lead to us not receiving a lot of these things. Our shipments are
Exactly.
already low as it is, but as this war kicks off more, it's gonna make it even lower. Like the trucking industry ain't getting as much stuff as they were at first. You see, so when when that rises, that's gonna lead to this thing going into a police state, and then and also you have to keep this in mind too. They have all these people that's over here illegally, and they have a lot of these sleeper cells. Which, bro, we gonna keep mentioning it. Esau could easily make another 911 happen, and then you know what? They gonna have that see here be the way to, okay, we're gonna track everybody down. We're gonna make it so where it never happens again. They can easily do that. So all these steps are playing towards the same thing, which is that MOTB. But we already know that it's gonna be, and it's gonna be in a jacked up position when that thing gets mandated. It's not gonna be like, oh yeah, just cake, cookies and cream. No, they're gonna make it to the point where people are like, well, we got to take this.
Exactly. That's why when you read it, it says that he causes, cause and effect. He causes. It's gonna be something that's gonna cause them to willingly bow down to the system. Like, bro, this is the answer. Now, right now, you see a lot of pushback. You see a lot of pushback, but eventually, in due time, the Lord, hey, the master of the people, they gonna bow down to it, man, because they gonna see it as that's the only answer. That's the only way to feed my family. That's the only way to do particular things. You see, you got
Yeah, but this is the reality that we're telling you the truth. That's the reality that's going to get ready to happen. This is Second 15 and 18 GNT. Because their struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion where people live. Verse 19, it says, driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. Which that's what you were going into earlier. Because of lack
yeah,
of bread and
kind.
great tribulation, they gonna be trying to kill each other. It's gonna get real crazy out here. You see, and what's going to be the solution? That M to the M to the O to the B. I mean M to the O to the
Exactly.
T to the B. And they got the Palantir technology to what? Track a lot of you niggas down. So we close to this time happening, man.
And then you got to think about this, man. When you think about it, you see, this is how the devil be. This is how he operates. He did the same thing with the. We always tell you, man, that year 2020, that was a prelude to what he was going to do upon the earth, man. Because he did it. It's the same concept. Order out of chaos. He's bringing the chaos. The chaos was what? The damn virus going around. The Crown Vic virus going around. The solution was to jab you up. You know what I'm saying? The hit you with get you boosted. And they wanted to see how people would resist it. And then what happened was what he made it to where he threatened your livelihood by saying you can't work if you don't get beat up. Get the jab up, get the booster. You can't work. He's doing the same thing. Well, we ain't did it yet, but we see it. We can see it unfolding. This is a possibility. Because we know through the spirit of your house real shy, the Lord's giving us ability to see how this devil operates. This could be a possibility. You got this war going on. War alone is going to cause famine. You know what I'm saying? War going on, and he could, like the priest mentioned, the Strait of Hormuz. That it could bring the chaos. But bottom line, this devil's trying to make a chaos because we got to remember he's trying to stretch into MOTB. He's gonna make a chaos and he's gonna bring order. So whatever he's doing right now, he's gonna bring chaos and it's gonna bring order. You see, that's what he's trying to do,
See,
and that's
really
how
the
the Lord
Lord's
gets to
working.
move.
Yeah, really the
Yep,
Lord's working because the way the Lord wants it to happen, that's how it's gonna happen.
exactly.
They could want something that they could want it to happen right tonight. But if it's not up to Lord's will, it's not gonna happen because the Lord wants everybody that's of the elect to be on the same like level of faith. They want them to be ready. So once all the elect is ready, the Lord's got them just come through with it. It's happening
Hey,
right now as we
Revelation
speak.
7.
Yeah, all the end time signs is here. We in the season. But the only thing we see now is that it's certain steps that has to happen. And the Lord is like prolonging some of the stuff so what? Everybody can be ready. That's of the elect.
And I said Revelation 7.
Yep. He's holding back that wind. Because the
Yeah.
Lord needs everybody ready. Once everybody that the Lord wants to deliver is ready, or even the ones that the Lord wants to be martyrs to go to rest for that while until he returns, he's gonna make sure everybody's on that level before he actually brings the full destruction. But this is the last one I had was Second Ezra 9. Unless you had something too before I read it.
It's kind of crazy. That's spirit. That's the spirit. Because I had Second Edges 9 in mind. If you didn't bring it, I was gonna be like, could you get Second Edges 9? But you already got it. I was like, oh, spirit.
Oh yeah. Yep, and I got it in GNT.
I can read it for you if you need me to.
Okay, can you see it on there?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Oh yeah, let's get it. Baba Kashai.
This second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1 in the GNT, it says, He answered, Consider all these things very carefully. When you see the sum of the signs I have told you about have appeared.
What you see all of them happening:
You
war, rumor of war, famine, pestilence, evil, destruction. We all in the beginning of sorrows right now. It's only gonna get worse. You got it, bro.
you will know that the time has come when the Most High, Yahweh Bashman Shai, thy power will bring judgment on the world he has created.
Yeah, and it's gonna be woe and destruction. And really, this age right now is ruled by Esau Edom. This is his hegemony. I'm stuck at pronouncing words. This is his like rulership. You see, and the Lord is gonna bring his rulership crash down, because he's likened it to that spiritual Egypt. And the way the Lord showed his power was he brought Pharaoh down. Well, the modern Pharaoh is he's top elite in Esau Edom when the infrastructure he's built up now. So that's what the Lord's gonna bring down. He's gonna bring judgment on it. You got it, bro.
I make a point too. That's that second Ezra 6 and 9. How Esau is the end of the world and Jacob was the beginning. So we see that sign. We see what the son of perdition been revealed. The wicked in rule. It's all about the Lord got the pieces. He got the pieces in the right place right now. He got the pieces set up right. You got the wicked Esau's in rulership. World War III is we in it. You know, you see, we in it, and the technology for the MOTB is here. You see, it's here. And it's just they just keep bringing out more stuff about it. Palantir, you got other stuff. You got Nvidia, these humanoid robots.
Shit,
You
you
know
got you got Elon's little deal. He had the link.
exactly. Open AI, the nigga, the technocracy. That we in with these
Niggas got
these
AI
tech
wives and
heads.
shit. AI wives and all this. Esau is basically
Exactly.
trying to take the place of the Most High, man. Like, but
Hmm.
what did Lord gave Adam a rib, gave him a woman. One that was one of his close relatives, Eve. They trying to like, okay, we gonna give you a woman, an AI woman. We're gonna put our intelligence inside of you. They basically trying to be just like the Most High. We're gonna track you and know exactly where you at, where you been, everything you doing. They want to take the place of the Most High.
Exactly. Be your counselor. That's what the fucking chat GBT what is it called? Psychosis is people going to AI for their sense of direction, taking the place of the Lord because you supposed to go to the scriptures. But I'm gonna keep reading though. Says, verse 3 says, There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, international intrigues, Salakia, intrigues, my bad, intrigues, unstable leaders, and confused rulers. When you see these things happening, you will know that they are what it's like it says when you see these things happening, you will know that they are what Yahweh Bashman Shai, the Most High, has spoken about since the beginning of creation.
A lot of people is all rebelling right now. A lot of people, you see a lot of unstable rulership. You seeing all types of wickedness happening right now because of who's ruling the earth right now. You see, they like you see that, like, check this out. Look at what happened when Biden was in office, and now you even see what Trump is doing. Trump is fucking a lot of shit up, man. But that's what this is all prophecy. It's prophesied to be this way, man. And this is what the Lord has prophesied. He published it. Yeah, he has his prophets publishing and proclaiming it now because the Lord is bringing the evils, and we're telling you the evils that's to come. But you got it, verse 5.
Hey, could you put that word intrigues,
I think that's intrigues.
intrigues, intrigues? Oh snap, man!
Let me
I've been
see.
trying to say it.
All right, let's see.
I just looked it up on the Google definition to see what it say. I know the brother Unlock did it, so I'm gonna look at it too. It's actually crazy because it says international intrigues. But I was looking at it on one of the definitions as you see it. The second one it says make secret plans doing something illicit or detrimental to someone, and it said international. We see that the banking families. You see the W to the the World Economic what you know that assembly the nations be having, you know. Psalms 83. We
Yeah,
see
man,
that. We
that's
see that happening.
plainly put, bro. That's exactly what they're doing. That's what's that Psalm 64, and then you read precepts like what's that Micah the second chapter.
Yep,
They laying all types of snares, and they wait until the morning. They in the morning they already looking at some new snares to put on you Israelites and put on you people.
exactly. How can they mind fuck your mind up? You see, because that's literally what's happening right now. What you see happening, you got all this stuff happening in the earth, man. You got all these countless things, and the masses of the people that kind of are looking, their mind is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They like shit, man. You got this kind of tell like they just confused, bugged out, running like just running around crazy, man. They're because yeah, they're feeling the pressure, you know, stuff costing. Because I mean, that's it's been a housing crisis for a minute, probably about 2 or 3 years. Housing crisis. You got all these particular things, you know. You read about that in Luke. It speaks about the perplexity of the people. You see, Esau got the perplexity of the people going on right now. That's why when he bring out that MOTB, it's gonna be so easy for Jake and the other masses, the heathen, to take it because they already fucked up. You see, they already like, I gotta pay the bills. Like I remember I seen a comment on the video. Niggas like, man, I'm too broke to be worried about this fucking war, you know, and whatever's going on. I'm trying to pay these bills. You see? So you gotta. I mean, I'm reading that thing, so I'm gonna get back to it unless you had a point out.
Oh no, hey, plainly put, bro. We
All
in
right, this
it.
is signatures. Now you got it. My bad.
No, I say, hey, yeah, we just in it. That's all it is to it. We just get the fifth verse.
This is signatures 5 in the GNT. My bad. Signatures 9 in the GNT, verse 5. It says, "The beginning and the end of everything that happens in this world are clear."
And we show that what we showing that we in the end. Everything Yahweh Shah said will happen before he return back is happening. You
Yep.
see, so we're in the end of this age of Esau Edom. And as time goes on, this war is going to kick off more. Tribulation is going to get more and worse for you people. Life is going to get harder even for us. But we're going to have to
Yep.
just trust more in the Lord as things get bad, it gets tight. And then even also we can get blamed. Like if they have some of these goddamn sleeper cells start doing shit, they can blame us. See, they believe they're the real Israelites. They're you know what I'm saying? And now they start coming down on us. So hey, it's a lot of stuff happening. It's only gonna get worse, and we can't expect it to get any better here. So that's the point of this lesson. War and tribulation is on the rise. It's only gonna get worse. You
Uh,
got anything else?
that's why. Yeah, that's why I had a quick point. You know, like you mentioned that because at a point of time, you know, we used to say death to you know what. You remember when we used to say it a lot back then?
Oh
You
yeah.
know, so because that's one thing Trump mentioned, you know, and I was like, I remember when we used to say that, you know, brothers used to be saying that. You know what I'm saying? They
Well,
Trump
but then
mentioned
think
it.
about this. We wouldn't even say it that exact. Like we like sometimes we wouldn't even say it that exact way. But that's basically what our ministry is. Part of our ministry is about the
Yeah,
destruction of this place. So really, even if you
exactly.
don't even say it like that, we still consistently talk about it because that's basically what part of the ministry is.
Yep. Talk about the destruction of Babylon and Great America. It's gonna be destroyed. Yep. So that's see, it's yeah, hey, man. We here, man. We here. Just like the priest said, just you know, keep this is the time to put trust in your Yahweh shot, man. You know, we here, man. We here. It's time to put your trust in the Lord. Should have already been doing that, but we here. The Lord finna
And
make
just
great.
more, just more.
He's finna make great work, man. A mighty work finna come upon earth. You know, you read about that. They have made void thy laws. Time for you to work, oh Lord. We see that happening, man. So that's all I add up.
Yeah, it's time to just have more faith, be more tapped in with Yahweh Shem Shai. But
Yep.
hey, Lord willing is edified. We like to end it all by saying, call halal, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash. The bonus to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, root and teach well. Till next time, come, Shalom.
Shalom.